Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to talking shit
and self-improvement.
That's right. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers.
Damn. What's up, my man? How are we doing?
Pretty good, man. We took a week off.
Yeah. It's
coming back to it.
Yeah. Brett decided he's going on vacation without telling me or inviting me. Feelings are hurt.
Yeah. Vacation, meaning I didn't go to work. I stayed home and took care of my COVID wife.
Oh, no. She got the COVID?
Of course, man. Like, I had it. I ended up having it. Figuring out. Remember, I was sick last time we talked.
Right.
Well, it turns out I had COVID, but I was getting over it already by that time. And then my wife came down with it. And so all through vacation, it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say, it wasn't a whole lot to do. She was fine. She just, last time she had COVID last year, she overdid it and like developed long COVID. So this time, like, she was like, I ain't doing shit. I'm just going to fucking lay here and heal. And I was like, all right. And then, so like I handled like packing my daughter's lunch, taking her to school, making sure the kids were up for school in the morning and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't go anywhere or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I basically didn't do shit, to be honest. I haven't put out any podcasts, any videos, like nothing. Yeah. Nothing for the first, like the beginning of the year. I just like, I got my goals down, put those out officially. I know you and I already talked about the goals. But, you know, I put them out on my own podcast and YouTube channel. And other than that, I haven't put anything out. This is my first foray into producing any content this year's tonight.
Well, I'm glad it's with me.
So what's been up with you over the past 2 weeks?
Training my fucking dick off.
Yeah, you're doing fucking 2 different programs right now, powerlifting and running.
Yeah.
Hybrid athlete.
I'm trying to be. We'll see how it goes. I am attempting all this, and I think I found a race that kind of lines up with the training block in Tacoma. So it'd be cool if I actually did a real race and a real powerlifting meet.
Oh shit! A half marathon?
Excuse me. Yes. Yeah, and I ran a 4-miler. That was like the long run this week on Sunday, and I hit almost all of those at 10-minute miles. So I'm getting faster. And,
getting back to it, yeah.
Yeah, so far not much pain. I've actually been sticking to a pretty decent, or let's say better than ever, mobility schedule after my training. Yeah, just, you know, making sure that I'm stretching, doing all this stuff to keep my hips happy. I did deadlift the first time since my back went out the other day, and I pulled 405 pretty fast, pretty easy. I was like, okay, cool. But then I put 455 on, because usually that's like I haven't deadlifted in a while. This is where this is my deal. But I got it to my thighs and couldn't straighten out. But I was pulling like 515. But I'm also like literally 20 pounds lighter than when that happened. So, you know, and I have.
Oh yeah. So are you still losing weight too then?
Yeah, I'm about 202, 203, depending on the time of day.
Sticking to the like low carb?
No, actually, I've been eating carbs. I just haven't been eating like a fat fucker.
Okay.
I just feel, I mean, and I've had some blow ups where I was like, I'm eating this whole, like, we had a crazy Jack in the Box experience one day, like, you know, but I'm doing like a very large amount of work right now. So I for the most part, like, I'm meal prepping, I'm doing Monster Mash, but I'm adding eggs to it because honestly, it's like, even though there's this whole big thing about eggs being expensive right now, eggs are kind of cheaper than meat. So I'm doing like rice, 1 pound ground beef, and eggs, all like basically Monster Mash turned into like some kind of fried rice, but with no grease. I'm not adding any grease to it, just using the grease from the beef to buying it all together with eggs, eating that for my lunches and not like hefty portions. Still, for the most part, skipping breakfast, and just eating a normal dinner, and sometimes a snack at night. I'm trying to stay away from that, but I don't want to be. I want to be transparent in what I'm doing. I've had a couple of days where I'm like, I'm gonna eat the fucking world, but for the most part, I've been pretty fucking dialed in.
Dude, speaking of diet, so I got through COVID pretty fucking unscathed this time. Like it went fairly smoothly. I had like 2 days of feeling like, fucked up sick, like aches and pains, like flu type symptoms and stuffy nose, and like just slept for fucking like 36 hours basically, right?
Right.
But so what I started doing though, like I'd say during the second day of after I tested positive, is I fasted.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
I feel like it had a lot to do with my recovery, man. I don't know why exactly. Could have just been like, a little bit more energy being devoted to, recovery rather than digesting food. I mean,
how long did you fast?
Dude, like 4 days. I think it was my longest fast I had done. Like, okay, we used to do fasts, and I think the longest I did before was 72 hours. This was definitely over that. I was into my 4th day and decided to eat like in the evening of the 4th day.
Like I said, everybody on this podcast or listening to this podcast knows I'm not a specialist, but from what I understand, after like day 2, like when you get into day 3, that's when like the autophagy, like or whatever, where it starts killing like dead cells, or like your body kind of starts going crazy with that kind of stuff. So maybe there's some validity to that. It might just be what's the word I'm looking for?
Placebo?
Not a placebo, just where anecdotal evidence. But
yeah.
But I mean, if that's your experience and it works, fucking God bless you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. Like and I felt great. What's crazy is normally when I fast, and remember, towards the end of this is the very end of last month, and so
right.
I was still trying to get those miles in, right? The 100 miles, which we both did. We both got them done.
And I know extra beastly props to you because you did them outside and then you finished them with COVID.
Yeah. So I definitely, once I test positive for COVID, I'm like, okay, I can't run. I'm not going to chance running because, COVID, there's like potential heart problems. Your lungs are possibly fucked up. You don't want to fucking go running. You don't want to have a heart attack. So I decided I was going to walk. I still had 20 miles to do in like 4 days or something. And fucking knocked him out, dude. I was just walking every day. And then I'd go to work at night. I didn't even know I had COVID at that point. And I was walking because I felt like shit. I was sick feeling. I mean, I talked to you about feeling like I was feeling like shit. So, but by the time I tested positive for COVID, like I still had, 12 miles left to do or something. So I just I walked the dog, like way more than I normally would. I just went for these long ass walks and I got it in. And then, but I was fasting that whole time. Right. So, and I felt great. Like I think the thing it was the easiest fast I've ever done. And I think the biggest thing was that I didn't have an end goal of like when I was going to eat again.
Yeah. You were just like,
because that's what fucks you up. Right. Is like, oh, I got fucking 26 more hours. I got a whole nother day to get through, or you're like, especially the day of. When the closer you get, the harder it gets.
Oh God, I know.
I didn't put a time step on it. So I was just going and I was just feeling good. And I'm like, I feel good. I'm going to keep going. I feel good. I'm going to keep going. And I ended up eating when I felt like eating, but it never felt bad. It was a great experience. It really was. And then I was basically better by the end of it. After fasting, COVID was pretty much gone. It was barely showing up in a test. And I felt back to normal. So yeah, nice. It was great. And since then I've slowly gotten back into running. And also a big thing that I did with the fasting is I got so I usually fuck up after fasting, right? Like I go way too hard back into eating.
Mm-hmm.
But I went super slow. I think the first day when I fasted, I only ate one meal. I ate one meal. Next day, maybe 2 meals, maybe a couple snacks and a meal. Like I've just slowly gone back into it to where now I'm basically intermittent fasting. I'm not eating until like usually like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Nice.
And it's been great. I'm like I've stayed down from. I lost probably like I don't know 10, 15 pounds, right?
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, from before I had COVID, and then I bounced back a little bit, but not much. Like I'm still down like 10 pounds, and just slowly introducing food back in, and I feel good. I've been running, ran 5 miles yesterday.
Hell yeah.
And I've been taking cold shower. I haven't had a warm shower yet in 23.
Ugh.
Cold showers every day.
I understand the beneficial. I just cannot. It's like me and cold water is like you with the onions. Like, sorry, nope. Just I can't.
Yeah, there's something to it though, man. Like I feel so.
Well,
good.
I mean, I literally see like everybody doing it, like Bert Kreischer, George St. Pierre, Joe Rogan. Obviously.
Are they all doing cold showers?
They do a cold plunge.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish I could do it, but like, I don't have the means.
GSP had the most impressive one because he is like in Canada and went and had to like break the ice off the top of his little bucket and jumped in.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean GSP's a fucking savage.
Yeah, that's nuts. All I know is this is the longest I think I've went consecutive with cold showers. What, today's 10 days? Some days I took 2 because I worked out.
Yeah.
But I'm sleeping better. I feel like I take them at night, at least right now. I've been taking it before bed at night. Relaxing for about an hour and then going to sleep. And like supposedly you sleep, like you get better rest and recovery when you're cold. Like they make these things called chili pads, you know, to sleep on to keep your body temperature low. And apparently that's really good for your body, like to get to sleep, stay to sleep, puts you in a better state for recovery, like when your body's cool and not. The worst thing you're doing is sweating overnight and fucking getting hot.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been feeling great, man. Just slowly getting back into running, and I'm gonna start. Oh, and I've been fucking around with some light kettlebells too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just doing a little bit of fucking like squat presses and like just body movement and push-ups and curls and overhead press, like stuff like that. Very light. I'm talking like 20-pound fucking.
No, that's good though.
Kettlebells.
Yeah, my
abs are coming in. Like my abs are starting to appear, Jesse.
I'm nowhere near abs. I still just look like a fat dude. But
I'm telling you, this summer is fucking shredded bread again. Shredded bread.
No, it's gonna be shredded, Jesse, because this is. I was like, I don't want to like get done with this 12-week challenge and then be, stuck, right? Like, what now?
Yeah.
I did the things. So after that, I'm just gonna bodybuild and just try to get like the dopest fucking physique and just do the steady state cardio, 30 minutes every day, on an incline and just do my everyday, just work out, but without the goal of pushing the most weight possible, and without the intense running. Because it's like the way that this is set up, it's like okay, so today is the first run of week 2, right? And it sucks. Yesterday was my first squat session, and I built up, and I got 385, which I'm pretty happy with, actually, with very, very, very minimal back pain. Like I felt a little twinge, but nothing bad. And then I just did just bodybuilding movements after that. And so today, my legs felt like cast iron skillets, but a easy 2. And then tomorrow I will train. I'll probably build like a deadlift max and then just train regular back. So I don't want squat and deadlift on the same day. And then after that, it's like an easy 3. And then it's like, and then I'll have my chest day and then my actual rest day. And then Sunday I'll run 5 miles. And that's
okay.
that's like a decent, my long run. And then, but it's like, it builds really slow over these 12 weeks, but it's going to get tricky like in the last month because it's a 4-day run. It's 4 days of running. And it gets up to like 22 miles in a week. So, and that'll be like, I think like, I want to say 2 weeks out from the powerlifting competition, which is going to be really, this is going to be a fun journey. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's going to be,
how long is the, how far apart is that race and the powerlifting meet?
Like a week.
Okay. And which one is first? Powerlifting meet?
The race.
The race. Okay. Well, that might work out, man, because you'll have that time to recoup a little bit.
Yeah. I'll just,
before having to lift heavy and like.
Well, yeah, and it's like, other than that, like the race itself, I don't foresee really whipping my ass too bad. Like I'll be tired for a day or something like that. Like like I'll have a little joint pain and it'll take a little recovery. And then we'll go from there and see where I'm at. But I'm gonna sign up for that, and I'm gonna sign up for the race if I can find a race that's within reason, and if I can afford it. Those are the two within a reasonable distance. I've been looking online. I've seen one in Tacoma, which is like an hour out, like hour and a half drive, and that would be pretty cool. It's downtown. Tacoma, so that might
start though, right? So you're gonna go up and stay in a hotel or something the night before?
Probably.
They usually start pretty early, right? Like 7 a.m.
Well, it's a St. Patty's Day one, so I think it starts a little later. I think it's like I think a lot of people are just gonna like be doing. There's like a 5K, a 10K, half marathon, and then it's like I think there's like a party at the end or something like that. So I might not do that one because I'm not really trying to go to a fucking.
Well, speaking of that, of running, so I actually plugged in all my numbers and stuff to set up my plan for this half marathon build, and it's not like it doesn't officially start until 12 weeks out from the race, but it gives you kind of preliminary stuff to be kind of in good shape before that.
Oh, nice.
But I picked a plan that has, like I was talking about before, like some speed work days, some fartlek runs, and like just some different, more dynamic stuff rather than than just low, slow run.
Yeah, this one gets into where it's like in week 5, it's like 6 miles, hills continuous. So.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the next week after that, it's like 6 miles, 4 at half marathon pace.
Yeah.
Then the next week again is 6 miles, hills continuous. Then it's 7 miles with 4 miles at half marathon pace.
Yeah.
And that's like the medium train. And then that comes in about week 5. Right now, I think that the block is just building me back into getting into running shape. The first month.
Yeah. That's where mine is. I mean, look, we have very similar plans. Mine, like I said, yours is going to be sooner. So mine's set, of course, for June 27th. But so my official training for that doesn't start till April. But so I'm going to try to be in good physical shape before that, running shape, so I can actually hit all those numbers in the training block. Like I want to do the ones that are at race pace. I want to be able to hit them exact. I want to be able to do 4 miles at race pace, to like this, and those, like hill repeats and stuff like that. And then, but I tested it out this week, and I'll tell you what, my body, it reacted crazy to sprinting.
Oh,
like
really?
I was talking with a buddy of mine because, we were talking about like the difference between running and sprinting, and it's like, it's a fucking world of difference. Like different muscle recruitment, and it's like you're using type 2 fast twitch muscle fibers, like instead of the slow twitch muscle fibers. Like it's not the endurance muscles, it's the fast twitch fucking explosive muscle. And like it just, dude, I was sore for like 4 or 5 days from doing a workout with 10 sprints.
Yeah, I can see that.
I went hard. I mean, there were 100 meter sprints. But I did a track workout for the first time in a long time, and
I know
made
that
me realize I need to get ready for that stuff, because I can't be that sore when I'm in a training block like that. It's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of what I'm worried about, because like with this, it's like I mean, it's still like, you know, it's like week 2 of me doing any kind of like intense training in a very long time. Because I mean, like this summer, I could fucking, you know, like we went to the fair and I was like in agonizing pain just walking around the fair. So, you know, it's definitely taken some get back for me. You know, like my shoulders hurt when I bench now, my left one in particular. You know, it's like there is some things that I'm worried about. So it's like, I'm going to do this, but I have to do it smart. I have to do it right. I have to be really fucking careful. So
don't go fucking overboard, man. Don't go out too hard.
I'm not going to break myself over it. I'll say that, over either one of these things. So I'm going to go for it. But, you know, I just not in a position where I can be busted anymore. You know, I'd rather be able to just work out than fucking redline everything all the time, you know?
Yeah,
so
100%.
So I'm gonna go for it, but I'm not like I don't see like, you know, me best.
So
like I don't like, you know, my lists I don't think are gonna be as dramatic as they were in the past, but I'm also willing to risk a lot less, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, you know, I'm not like a fucking world-class powerlifter, so it's not like there's some shit on the line, you know. There's not, you know, the only thing on the line is am I willing to do it? And I am, but you know, if I'm, you know, definitely right now, I'm just gonna say if my back starts fucking busting up halfway through this, I'm gonna fucking bag any powerlifting shit. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I think we've discussed this a lot in the past. Like, I think since the beginning of this podcast, we've been talking about this. Like, it really is more about the build than the destination. Like, that build is what's actually difficult. Like, running that race once you're already in shape is not that difficult. Lifting that weight after preparing for it for 12 weeks, you know, doing 9 lifts isn't that fucking difficult.
Right.
Like, it's the build to it, and that's where the real test is. Like, are you going to be consistent? Are you going to fucking hit every workout you're supposed to? Like, that's really what you're after anyway, right? It's like,
yeah, I mean, you know, like I've been pulling 400-pound deadlifts for, you know, fucking 5 years, 6 years. I've been squatting 400 pounds for fucking 5, 6 years, you know. The only thing that was like really a breakthrough over the last year was me benching 315. But I benched 335, 345 out of contest. But, you know, that was the only thing that was like, oh shit, you know, when I got on a serious like training program for it, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a,
it sounds cliche, right? Like, it's about the fucking race, or it's about the journey, not the fucking destination. But it really is. Like, half the reason I set these goals is to keep myself consistent and accountable.
Yeah.
It's about the training for me. I know for most people, it's like, if you're really competitive, it's about the event. But I'm just trying to fucking be a more savage me. Like, fucking, how consistent can I be? How much can I take? Like, not how much can I perform at this one day, this one event, this one thing.
Well, yeah, and like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This, like I started lifting weights again, like just to get the feeling of it again. Like as soon as the 100 miles were done, I was like, okay, now we got to start.
Yep.
We got to start seeing what this moves like. I haven't maxed a bench yet, but I've been hitting like 225 triples and stuff like that. I'll test my max if I have a spotter on Thursday. So we'll see what's in the tank. No way, I did. I put up no, I did actually. I'm lying to you. I put up 265, but I didn't have a spotter and I didn't want to push it, so I was like, we'll just leave it there. So like I'm like all my lifts are like not even near what they were.
Well, they shouldn't be.
Well, yeah, because I haven't.
They should be right now,
Yeah, because I haven't been trained specifically for that. I'm doing a lot of cardio. Right. And
doing it right, man.
Yeah, so I gotta build back and get back and see where I'm at, and even on the entry form is like expected entry weights, and it's like I don't even know what to expect right now. So yeah. I'm gonna probably wait until the last minute before I enter, so I can know like about where my weight's gonna be and about what my lifts are gonna look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see when we get there. But right now, I'm just trying to see if this is even feasible. I think it is. I want it to be. The race is kind of more important to me.
Yeah.
Like the running, just because I feel like it's less of a chance of me banging my shit up.
It's been longer since you've done anything with running, like been able to run consistently, like. Just last year you did the powerlifting meet, right? Just last summer.
Yeah.
So, and it's been a while since you ran a fucking anything more than a half marathon, right? Or anything more than like a 10K, right?
Yeah. Well, I ran those 10 miles in December. And that was just because I was like, I just want to see if I can even still do a double-digit run, And I'm pretty happy. My hips been holding up pretty good. Every now and then it gets a little agitated, but I've been taking like this thick ass green band and wrapping it around one of the power cages and then doing like the stretch I do that almost always helps it.
You so still doing all treadmill running?
Yeah, if you saw the weather here, you wouldn't blame me. And I know you got snow, but fuck this rain, bro. I don't care. No, I don't give a fuck.
It's been raining constantly.
Yeah, today was the only day it didn't rain, but by the time I get out of work, it's like dark as fuck.
Well, you do live in Washington, bro.
Yeah, I do. That I do.
Such as Washington.
As the weather lets up, I'll start running outside, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, because it's a different fucking beast. It's like when you go from one to the other, regardless of which way you do it, I feel like if you go from outside to then running on a treadmill, it fucking sucks. It's like you're so goddamn bored that you're just like, when is this going to be fucking over?
Yeah. Well,
and then with running outside, it just feels fucking harder. Like you're not just hopping up and down, you're fucking pushing your body forward against gravity.
Well, yeah, running outside is absolutely a different animal. But it's also funner.
Yes.
Like I like running through the city. I enjoy that shit. Like, and that was something that like made me stick with it because I was like chubby when I started on that whole marathon that I did, and then by the time I was done, it was like I was like shredded with fucking like
running outside with your shirt off.
Yeah, I have lacerations on my and it's nice. It's a good feeling being like.
Yes.
Yeah, bitch. I'm a fucking shirt stud. Like, let's get some. But
Yeah, I was disappointed. I didn't feel really that comfortable running shirtless this year, and like I want that back. I want to go out, and plus, man, I hate wasting shirts. You know what I mean? It's like you got to fucking sweat on your shirt every day. You got to fucking, put that shirt in the wash or put it in the fucking laundry. Like, if I can go run it, I'm saving like fucking 5 shirts a week if I just can run.
Because it's like at the start it's like So my neighborhood's pretty chill for the most part. So it's like if I'm running and like I literally run a block and then I'd be like, okay, shirt's gotta go. And I could either tuck it in my waist and drag this bitch for fucking 15 miles, or I could toss it in my neighbor's yard and pick it up on the way back, right? And every time I tossed it in my neighbor's yard, it was there when I got back. And one time he saw me and he's like, I was wondering about that shit. It was a black guy and he only had one leg, and every Saturday he'd see me on my long run and he'd be like, oh shit, what's up, man? I'm still at it. I'm like, yo, still at it. You know, but I think that guy moved. I don't know. He's cool though. He's like he's one of those perpetual yard sale guys.
Yes.
Like they always have a yard sale going.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the super sneak hustle. But now you just do it online, so.
Yeah.
Dude, remember that guy? This is kind of off the fitness thing. Remember how that guy pulled that gun on us this summer?
No.
You really don't remember that?
Fucking course, dude. Yeah.
So they sentenced him yesterday.
Uh-huh.
He got 6 months in county jail.
Oh shit.
1 year community custody, which is probation.
Uh-huh.
Anger management assessment, substance abuse assessment, and a 10-year no contact protection order against me and Kimberly.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Holy shit.
Shout out to you, Mr. Buffington. Hope you're enjoying your bologna sandwiches. And yeah, shout out to him for that cool shit he did. But you know, whatever. I'm cool with it. You know.
Are you satisfied with that outcome?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't think that he really had like malice in his heart. I feel like he was drunk and fucking psychotic. Yeah, I mean, like obviously I'm like fuck.
I mean, you didn't want the guy to go to prison for fucking 6 years or something.
I mean, I'd have been fine with that too, honestly.
You're like, whatever. We'll put him in there for life. I don't give a fuck.
Play stupid games and get stupid prizes. I don't know.
Yeah, fucking put him on death row. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, he gets what he gets. Then that's what he gets. So,
threaten somebody's life, you fucking get your life threatened. That's what happened.
Yeah, like, you know, okay. But probably won't be pulling a gun on somebody again, or, you know. Maybe when he gets out, he's going to try. Maybe when he gets out, he's trying to kill me. I don't know.
I feel like we've given the people a good half episode of fucking fitness talk. So if you want to shift gears, man, like, what the fuck's been going on? What have you been watching? What have you been doing outside of fitness?
Okay, so I did watch one really good movie. It's old, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's is The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I've never seen that. No.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Henry Cavill, bro. Shit. Yeah. No, you gotta watch it. It's right up your alley. It's a spy movie. Fucking World War II shit going on. Double agents. Fucking.
What is that on?
It's on the Netflix.
HBO, Netflix. Okay.
It's on Netflix or Max. I'm not sure, but you're gonna be disappointed in my other. Dude, I'm addicted to the show right now, and it's old.
Dude, I watch 90 Day Fiance on a regular basis, so I'm not gonna be disappointed by anything that you watch.
I've been nonstop watching Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
I'm stuck on that shit.
Great.
I've been watching.
I never super got into it. I never did, but I appreciate it for what it was when it first started. I was like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because everything that me and Kimberly watch is like so intense, and you got to catch every plot twist, and
yeah.
And you know, I watch a lot of like psychological thrillers and shit like that. This is like the only like mindless TV that I've watched in a long time. And I don't give a fuck. I'm watching all 12 seasons, bro.
It's nice. It's nice when you go watch something like if you fell asleep for an episode or two, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like you didn't miss anything that you can't. Like it's not detrimental. You just keep rolling.
Well, that's what I like. Is like Kimberly watched a couple of episodes without me. I don't care. She falls asleep before me. I stay up, watch 2 more. She doesn't care. I get to go piss. You don't have to hit pause. It's not that deal. It's just Big Bang, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what I've been doing with that? Like, what I've been doing that with lately? And I went through the same thing probably like back in like early mid 2000s, but I've returned to it because it's on local TV. You know that channel called Laugh?
It's
on the local channel. Okay.
Anyway.
I don't have Laugh. Okay. Well, so we got all these channels like when I was growing up, we only got a couple channels. So, like, there was other channels if you lived in a big city, but I never did.
Right.
But now we're like in the big city, and like even the local channels, we got like a Laugh channel, an old Westerns channel, like classic TV channel, like fuck it. It's like, oh shit, these are all on local. And like, but lately, man, I'll literally lay down, relax, like in the morning after I take my kids to school or whatever, and maybe get a workout in even. I'll come back home and I'll lay on the couch and I'll put on Home Improvement.
Dude, you can't tell me shit about Home Improvement. I love that show.
It's such a fucking good show, dude. And like I said, obviously it was a show I watched the fuck out of growing up as it was airing. But then my brother used to fucking, I don't know, we used to smoke weed and watch fucking Home Improvement reruns like in the early 2000s. We just put it on. Yeah, we just put it on and just fucking leave it on all day.
There's a character that I made a parallel to within both these shows not 2 days ago. Howard's mom, you never see her. There's also
and Wilson.
And the neighbor and Wilson, you never see his face, just the hat, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that's my like comfort thing. Like it, and you've seen most of them, and it's cool if you fall asleep. Like, not a big deal, whatever. But it's still enjoyable. And I'm always like that with like Twilight Zone and shit. I go to sleep to Twilight Zone all the time. Old Twilight Zone, black and white Twilight Zone. That's my shit.
Yep.
But something I've been watching lately that you do need to pay very close attention to, and if you don't, you're fucking lost, is a show called Legion.
Legion. I feel like I heard of that.
It was on FX. It ran like 2 or 3 seasons. But unless you actually watch it, you don't realize that it's a fucking X-Men show. It's about the character Legion from X-Men comics.
Oh, where's it streaming at?
It's on Hulu, but it's from FX. Like, so.
The one I don't got.
Oh, you don't have Hulu? Shit. Well, it's cool, but it's like fucking really cerebral. Like, it's all. So the dude, his is like all mental, right? He's Professor X's son. Okay. So they don't really go into that, I don't think, in the show. But they reference mutants and they bring in other characters that and stuff. But like the major villain of the first season is the Shadow King. But like the show seems really like not kiddish at all. Like it's very like I said, it's a lot of it's in his head. It's all these flashbacks. It's all these like sometimes things are just happening in his head that aren't happening in real life. Like everyone thinks he's a schizophrenic. Like it starts the show in a mental institution, diagnosed as schizophrenia. But yeah, it turns out, and he sees dead people. Like they talk to him all the time in his head. But it's crazy. But really, it's just his power set coming out, and he never knew it. He just always thought he was mentally ill, and but his power set is like telepathy, telekinesis, just crazy mind powers, right?
Right.
I don't know if you know about this or not, but so in the 90s they did this Age of Apocalypse thing with X-Men comics where it was like an alternate universe where like what if this happened, and then Apocalypse was like kind of like Hitler, okay? Took over most of the world, and all the mutants had ended up different. Like there was no X-Men, so there was like Logan had one hand, and Cyclops was a bad guy, and fucking Beast was an evil fucking scientist, and it was wild. It was a wild fucking storyline. It's my favorite of all time. Anyway, the reason that alternate universe happens, the splinter happened, was because someone went back in time and killed Professor X, like the 60s or 50s or something.
Oh shit!
And it was his son. It was Legion. He did all this. He goes back in time, so he can time travel. He can fucking. It's crazy. Anyway, the show is so wild because it's like you never know what's really happening. It's you got to pay close fucking attention. But I've been trying to watch that. My nightly routine has been come home from work, take a cold ass shower, and read a chapter. I've been reading the fuck out of comics lately, dude. Batman comics.
Nice.
Fucking the fuck out of comics. I've probably written 1,000 pages of fucking comics. I've been reading through this entire run of Batman from like the mid 2000s, and I'm like almost through this entire run. Read like 50 issues or something, and
oh yeah.
But that's my thing. So I'll read one issue and then I'll watch an episode of Legion and go to sleep. That's been my routine lately.
So I know you don't really follow football.
Football?
Yeah.
Like European fucking football?
No. I'm talking hand-bag. I'm talking American football.
I mean, I follow it enough.
You follow enough to
I know what's going on. Like, I used to watch the Bengals every fucking Sunday, but...
Okay, well, you know that I've been a 49ers fan since about 1989.
Yeah.
My boys are fucking killing it, dude. 10 games in a row.
I see.
Yeah, and so I live in Washington. So the implication would be that the majority of our citizens are Seahawks fans.
Uh-huh.
Including my wife.
Yep.
Everyone at my work is a Seahawks fan. And so the Lions winning yesterday gave them wild card into the playoffs, which is next week. And it would just so happen that their first round that they play is against the 49ers. Yeah. And the 49ers are going to stomp a fucking mud hole in their ass, and it's going to be fucking glorious. So,
that's cool. I've always kind of liked the 49ers as like a secondary team to mine. Like, I'm a Bengals fan, but that era that you're talking about of 49ers, fucking Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, fucking.
Yeah.
Of course.
Merton Hanks, fucking, their whole team was dope. Deion Sanders, fucking Steve Young. I mean, you know, like, well, this season, okay, check it out. So, the original QB, Trey something, I don't know his name because it was like the start of the season, he was a rookie. I just was like, yeah, fuck this guy. He took Jimmy G's spot. So he broke his ankle. So he's out. So then Jimmy G comes in and he's doing pretty fucking good. He gets fucked up too. And then our third string quarterback, Purdy, he was the last round draft pick in the NFL, and he has been a fucking nightmare for everyone. He's breaking all kinds of fucking rookie records for quarterbacking, and he's a bad motherfucker, dude.
I love that dude.
Yeah, me fucking too, especially because of my team.
Well, and most of the time, these motherfuckers never get their shot. Like your third string, like it's rare.
Yeah, and they're calling him Mr. Irrelevant is what they were calling him. Then he came out and fucking diced up fucking Tom Brady on a fucking platter. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, like the Raiders gave us the hardest game. I thought they might lose that, but yeah, number 2 seed in the playoffs, I think we got. So I'm excited for that. I don't really talk about football a lot because I'm really a fair weather fan. I only follow it when the Niners are doing all right. Like I watch, I get the game score pinned to my phone when the Niners are playing and kind of follow.
That's how I am with the Bengals, man. That's how I am. Like fucking Bengals make it to the playoffs, I'm watching. They usually don't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
But it was last year, right, when they went to the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Or the year before?
I think it was the year before.
Yeah.
I think last year was the Rams.
But I've been so fucking pissed because they've made it to the first round of playoffs like a fucking couple handful of times in the past 20 years. And they're just like, they always fucking lose first round. It's like, oh, yeah, they shouldn't have even been there. But
I know, and
the same era, right? Like from like 1989 ish. Like that's when the Bengals, I think it was 88, when they went to the Super Bowl, and that obviously I grew up near Cincinnati, so
right.
But it's like in Ohio, you're either a Browns fan or a Bengals fan, and where I live in Columbus, most people are Browns fans because it's not like, honestly, Cincinnati's probably a little bit closer, but it's just, I don't know. It's the culture in Columbus to be Cleveland fans. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the culture. It's like, especially since I moved out to the west side, it's like we're closer to Seattle, so everybody's like really Seahawks fans.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's our year, dude. I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs. But somebody left like a note on my fucking desk that said the Seahawks are gonna stomp my Niners, and I was like, I audibly cackled in my office. I was like, no, probably not. They might possibly win, but they are not gonna stomp them. That's for fucking sure. Like,
so the Seahawks, they got in they're the wild card.
Yeah, like they barely made it.
Okay.
Like if the Lions had a lost Sunday, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're like wild card.
Yep.
That's the way I understand it. So yeah. Oh, and in other sports entertainment news, Jake Paul signed with the PFL, dude. You're probably up on this already.
Yes.
And I saw a thing saying that his first match is going to be against Donald Cerrone, who was retired.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just clickbait, but
I don't know. I thought I saw someone else. I thought it was someone else, but maybe not.
I know Anthony Pettis was like, I would love that fight. There's a lot of sharks in the water. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's interesting because this whole thing has been like, when's he gonna fight a boxer? When is he gonna fight a boxer? Now he's actually gonna go fight some MMA.
He signed a multi-year deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he does have a wrestling background, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he fights, I think even if he fights a old Donald Cerrone, dude, and I don't know if PFL tests for steroids, but Cerrone was like, yeah, I'm not in the league, and I'm on the good shit. And he's like, and he's like went to like a HRT clinic, and he is fucking ginormous right now. Like he.
Yeah. So are they untested, the PFL?
I have no clue. I have never even watched a PFL fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it, honestly, until this fucking announcement.
I think it's like Professional Fighting League or something like that.
Yeah, I was kind of unaware of it.
Like
maybe I had heard of it, but I've never heard about one match that it's happened. Like,
so there's like ONE FC, Risen, PFL, and the UFC, right?
Yeah.
And those are the ones that I know about. And then, yeah, so that's crazy. I'm looking forward to actually seeing Jake Paul fight an MMA fighter and see if it's the same outcome.
Yeah, I want to see those wrestling skills, man. I want to see what he's fucking got, wrestling wise.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot more to MMA than there's to boxing. I hate to say.
Of course.
Both combat sports. I mean, we know Jake Paul has knockout power. He has, he did that right hand is a sleeper for sure, But I feel like if he had been like MMA fighting, fucking even an old ass Anderson Silva, he'd have probably got kicked in his fucking mouth.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to know.
But I think
what happens with his boxing career now, though. Like, is he done boxing? Is he not going to box at all during with his contract with PFL? Is it just straight MMA, or is he going to?
Well, I don't know.
It's
a multi-year deal. I don't know.
Is it exclusive though? Like, is it like he can't go anywhere else?
I don't think he would box himself into that, but I don't know. and he's saying that he wants, he's trying to get fucking MMA fighters paid what they're worth, and he wants to be he's gonna be the leader of the union. And
I was gonna say, I wonder if he invested in the PFL in a way, like
maybe
where he is, I don't know, part owner, or if it's public, maybe he bought shares of it. I don't fucking know how it works, but
well, I'm sure that he has a deal where
by the way he's promoting it so much and talking about upping fighters' pay and MMA and stuff.
He's probably gonna get a percentage of the pay-per-views.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like when you headline pay-per-views, you you get a percentage as a general deal, But I know that like ONE FC, like they pay people a lot more than UFC, like a lot more money.
Yeah.
Like if you win the belt in ONE FC, you make like $1 million.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are heading over there, competing in ONE FC. And that's the one too. That's the league too, where they have like different fights, right? Like it could be a straight kickboxing bout.
Yeah. There's like there's Muay Thai.
Okay. Yeah.
Or then there's one where it's like one's just kickboxing, one's just grappling, and the third round is full MMA.
Oh, so it's different rounds. Okay.
They have like all of that stuff.
Do they have full? Oh, okay. So they've got like fights that are just Muay Thai.
Like, do you know who Demetrius Johnson is? Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did a deal with a dude where it's like the first round is just Muay Thai, the second one is just grappling, and the third round is full on MMA.
I heard that. I heard he was on Rogan and he was talking. He like broke the whole thing down.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse is dope, dude. I think just because he's the lightweight, you know what I mean? Like his weight class, he just didn't get the promotion. Because if he was like a 155er doing the Matrix shit that he does, like he did like a suplex to a flying armbar, like that's fucking insane. Like he suplexed a dude and then caught him in the air and put him in an armbar.
Yeah, I know that Rogan really fucking likes him. Like that's his fucking favorite fighter of all time.
Understandably.
Yeah.
And then John Jones is supposed to fight Francis Ngannou or Curtis Blades one in March.
Yeah.
And that's
USADA fucking testing.
I don't give a fuck. I honestly I just want to see John Jones fight at heavyweight at this point. We've been waiting years now. Like, I mean, he's doing it right, taking his time, building his body into a heavyweight fucking fighting mode. You know what I mean? So it's like he doesn't want to go in haphazardly like Izzy and just jump up to 205 because he's thrashing everybody at 185 and then get fucking demolished and sent back home to 205. You know what I mean? That'd be stupid. So he's like, no, I need to like build my size to be able to move the way that I do at 205, but still fight these big ass fucking 265 pound dudes.
Yeah, so, I think we went into him a lot the last time we talked because we were talking about his move up to heavyweight.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm excited about it. While we're on the subject of MMA, did you see that shit with Dana White slapping his wife?
Yes. Is that just alcohol, coke fueled fucking rich guy shit? Like what the fuck is that?
Well, like he pulled his wife towards him. And she slapped him, and he slapped her back. And I was
just slapped her back. I think people have a certain amount of fucking money and shit. They're just like, fuck it.
Yeah,
like, maybe they don't give up. You slapped me.
Yeah, he's promoting that power slap, dude.
Yeah, this motherfucker, dude. Yeah, that was wild, dude. Is he getting a lot of fucking online hate? Over that because I haven't really looked into it. I saw the video though.
Yeah, a lot of fighters are hating on him, but he's owning anything. Yeah, that's never acceptable. That was fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. He's not trying to like make excuses about it or weasel around it. He's like, no, there's alcohol involved. It was fucking dumb. Me and my wife have been married 30 years. It's never happened before. It was out of character. That was a terrible mistake, and I shouldn't have done it. And that's as accountable as you can be when you make that kind of mistake.
Yeah.
So, to his credit, I'll give him that, but you shouldn't slap your wife.
Damn, Jake Paul say anything about it? You'd think he would, right? Like, you think he would do a whole ass skit about it or something.
Yeah. I'm sure it's coming. He's probably too busy right now getting ready to fucking fight somebody in PFL, because that's going to be fucking...
How soon is that supposed to happen? No word on it? Just kind of like the announcement that he's...
Just the announcement that he's going into that sport. And then I think Tony Ferguson said he'd coach him.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
I was like, okay, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that might be something, dude. Like, see him actually get some like legit coaches.
Yeah.
And I don't like, he seems like a really fucking serious, dialed in.
No, yeah, he's
athlete,
just
you know what I mean?
Literally, all he has to do is fucking train his dick off.
Yeah, and I feel like he seems to have the mentality for that.
No, he's a beast, dude. I mean,
so
like
I'm interested to see if he's any good at MMA.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I watched CM Punk fight. He sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I mean,
Jake Paul's undefeated, man, as a boxer.
He really is. But you know what I'd like to see. That Ben Askren also said. He goes, "Let me fight him in the cage, and let's see how that goes."
Right.
And I think that would be a whole different fucking story.
Yeah, surely. That's what I'm saying. Is like,
no, Ben Askren would fucking wrestle him to the ground and just fucking beat the fuck off, fucking breaks off his ass for fucking unlimited amount of time until
are they the same weight?
No, but I think Ben Askren would probably take it however he'd get it if the money was right, because he wants some get back on that. And I comes to find out later that Ben Askren had just come off like a serious hip surgery before that fight. That's why, I mean, he always looks like shit. Like he's never shredded ever. But before fucking Masvidal flying knee his face, like he was in Bellator. He was like the champ for a long time, undefeated. Like he just real, he's not a striker by any stretch of the imagination, but he is very, very, very good at wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's adapted that to not taking damage while wrestling people down to the ground and then applying damage to them. So
I'm interested to see either of the Paul brothers' wrestling ability. Like, I don't know. I might hunt down some old, like maybe there's some shit on YouTube. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I've seen some of Logan. A little bit of Logan on YouTube. Seemed like a stud, but he was in high school. But I mean, Logan. I mean, they're both studs. They're both jacked dudes. Yeah, and then Connor. They're talking about Connor coming back against Michael Chandler.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear anything about. Well, I've heard that he's like ready to come back, but.
Yeah, he's posting videos of him training. He looks absolutely terrifying right now.
Yeah.
He's big and muscular and fast. He's still fast as shit. When you see him fucking doing work, it's like, oh, okay. So he's not just getting like bodybuilder mode. Like, no, he still fucking got that. And his timing with his punches is fucking stupid. So.
Yeah, and we talked about it a while back too. Like, he is starting to become an older fighter. So I'm interested to see how he comes back. I know he's put on some size, and we know that he's a fucking badass.
And generally, people move up in weight as they get older.
Yeah.
So if he's doing, I mean, he had a horrific injury, and if what if he came back at 170 and just started fucking mauling people? That'd be pretty crazy. But there is some fucking monsters at 170.
I would like to see him kind of return to glory, because I do kind of feel like he, I don't know, he took some losses and then he fucking broke his leg, and it was like, Jesus, this guy's fucking.
Yeah.
Like his career's winding down, it's like.
Well, yeah, and all that aside. And
he's so fucking rich, it's disgusting now. Well, it's like when Rocky fucking in Rocky 3 and he gets his ass beat by Clubber Lang in like fucking first round. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's because he lost his fucking edge. He lost his fucking eye of the tiger, right?
Well, yeah.
Got too comfortable.
I mean, you can only imagine, like, the first time he fought Dustin Poirier, he fucking slept him. You know, I mean, he fucked him up. Like, Dustin Poirier's like, yeah, that's the hardest I've ever been hit. But then Dustin Poirier's gone on to be, you know, he beat him 2 more times after that. The third one's arguable because Conor stepped back on his leg and it folded like a fucking toothpick.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, that one could. I think they should have called that a no contest, not one.
Oh, it's so rough to watch. Still.
But I'm also a Conor nutcracker, so.
I see when I watch that, dude. Like it fucks with me the most because I literally did the same thing. Not by kicking something, but I got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Didn't know my leg was broken and stepped on it just like that.
Oh God.
And it just went rubber like that, like womp, like oh shit. My leg don't work because it's fucking snapped in half. Like it was the exact same scenario. Like you step on it, like you have no idea there's anything wrong, and then it just it feels like there's nothing there. Shit. Imagine. Yeah, it fucks me every time I see that. I know what that feels like.
I know that's crazy because like Anderson Silva wrapped his fucking leg around Chris Weidman's leg, and then Chris Weidman wrapped his leg around somebody else's leg.
Oh, dude, it's so gross, man.
Yeah, and I think that was the end of Chris Weidman's career. I don't think he's gonna come back. He's pretty old now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I think that's all I got for this week, brother.
All right, fucking good ass episode. I think to start off 23, and
yeah,
I'm still planning on this being a fucking a landmark year. I wanna you know some 2020 feels this year. In terms, and most people, like I said, most people when you say that they're like, that sounds horrible, 2020. Yeah, but like,
we're gonna pursue the
physically,
mentally, the long lost abs.
Yes.
No,
abs.
That is like my super mega goal for the summer is to get my abs back.
Yeah, I want to crush some goals this year, man. I feel like I fell back a little bit. 22. I want to just fucking dial it in. Get back to the savage. You know, I fucking finished that Goggins book.
It's good, right? So good.
Yeah, it's good. I still don't think it's gonna fucking, you know, you're not gonna replicate the first book, but it's pretty fucking good. I like the idea of coming back from, like, you know, you start to get comfortable, you lose a little your edge, and then you fucking you got to remember where you came from. You got to remember how to go fucking animal.
Well, yeah, you know, it's like you got to dig deep, and that is actually like super beneficial to me. I needed that to get through those miles in December. Like that book drove me. I think I was listening to that when I ran those 10 miles. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude. So I put my buddy on to Goggins, and I let him read my copy of Can't Hurt Me.
Oh, right.
And he's like, he's fucking all in, dude. He's fucking all in now. He's fucking writing a list of goals for 23. Like, it's crazy. It's ignited something in him as well. It's like, I knew it. Yeah. I knew it. I'm not one of those fucking Goggins worshipers like in that group. You know, some people go a little overboard. But I get it. Especially that first time reading that book, it's like you get hyped.
Oh yeah. That's what got me running in the first place, I think.
Yeah. So that sets us up perfectly. I feel like because like 2020 is when I read that book, and that was like I crushed it that year. Now 23, he's got a second book out. It's time it's time for another Hallmark year.
I want to talk about that 4x48 next week, and a time frame where maybe me and you could try and stomp that out. I think that'd be cool.
Ooh, that's gonna be a motherfucker, dude.
Oh yeah, that's gonna drive Kimberly insane.
That kind of like scares me.
No, it scares me too.
Goals this year that really scares me, dude. Like, fuck, can I do that?
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll break it down and plan it over this week, and then we'll announce it when we're gonna do it.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you, brother.
All right, man. Later.